Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's pick a card reading, the next 72 hours. And we are in new moon energy, so I'm going to pull some moon oracle cards for you as well. You have three piles as usual to choose between. Pile 1 is the purple hearts, pile 2 is the amethyst bracelet, and pile 3 is the flower. Okay, I'm going to get straight into the readings and I'll see you at yours. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading, the next 72 hours. You chose the purple hearts, and right away as I pulled your pile towards me, I heard jeans, okay? So there is something to do with jeans, and it's jeans as in the clothing, okay? Now, a couple of things about this. Yes, there's energy of, an actual pair of jeans being significant here. I'm seeing them being on the floor, okay? They're in a pile. In a room, but aside from that, there's something to do with old jeans, okay, and it representing old energy, okay? So these jeans are representing old energy. That is the stronger, more dominant energy. However, of course, there can be actual jeans, right, that connect to this, something which you are clearing out. You can be clearing out your wardrobe, right? But this does also reflect an energetic shift, an energetic change here, and letting go of the old. And you know how you have jeans that you buy them, they're brand new, but the fashion, the style is that they're washed out, so it's also energy of renewal, right? So renewing your energy, not even necessarily having to get rid of certain items for all of you, but perhaps it's like sprucing it up. It's giving it a new lick of paint, if it's an item that you can paint. Okay, and even jeans, they can be decorated, they can be used again, right? They can be updated. So that's what I have right away, quite a specific imagery that I'm getting regards to that message. Okay, so there's renewal and there is also letting go of old stagnant energy. Okay, let's take a look at your first card, and we have the whip. Yeah, also things can be tight, okay, currently. Those of you that have been drawn to this reading, and within the next 72 hours, you're going to be finding a way out here, okay? Out of a tight situation. And it's a situation, it's an energy that is tense, okay? This is like a tension card. And also, this is to do with, on a physical level, like releasing tension. Of course, both can go hand in hand, but I'm seeing you within the next 72 hours. Many of you focus on like a physical tension and releasing that, okay? And certainly that can connect to the initial channeled message, letting go of the old, renewal, right? So there is an element of self-care being, attached to that. And there's also going to be, what I'm hearing is something is going to be fading away. So where there's been tension with others around you, okay? That is going to be moving away, like moving to the side, but also it's you moving away from it. It's as though you're taking a stance within the next 72 hours, many of you, okay? You're making a decision to move away from it. So for some, it's kind of just, it's fading away, like naturally, it's run its natural course is what I hear. Though many of you, it's like you're speeding up that process within the next 72 hours by deciding, you know what, I'm pulling back, I'm stepping away here, and you're kind of speeding up that process, okay, of tension with others. And yes, argumentative energy, this is one of my argumentative cards, okay? So, within the next 72 hours, expect, conflict resolution, expect things to start shifting for you. I'm not saying it's in a grand way, right, all within the next 72 hours and all is going to just be smooth sailing. It's not that. It's more so there's these initial processes beginning, right? The initial energy that's shifting towards you having that within the next 72 hours, okay? And I see you being confident in it. You're stepping into confidence and you're stepping into not being afraid of, okay, I'm letting go of that, I'm moving forward. I might not be able to do it in the way I want right now, right? Because there's this sense of tightness. Perhaps the money is tight, right? Resources, especially when it comes to renewing items and things like that that you already have, right? Looking around your environment and resourcefulness, using what you already have, renewing that versus having to go and get, you know, new stuff. Like, it's this, okay? So yeah, we've got the ring. There's energy here of you keeping a promise to yourself, making a promise to yourself within the next 72 hours as well here, pile 1, okay? And there's also energy of a promise that has been overdue, right? The whip can also be energy of delays. This is what I'm getting with these two cards together. So a promise here, okay, is coming up for you within the next 72 hours. And for some of you, it's actually showing up, it's manifesting. For others, you're making a promise, right? And there is a little bit of energy coming forward where it's coming from another person, okay? But it's not the stronger energy. It's more so about you here, making a promise to yourself and a promise that has been owed, and that's showing up. It's manifesting in the next 72 hours, right? Yeah. You're determined here, okay? And if you don't feel that as you're watching this reading, within the next 72 hours, that is somehow going to be coming in for you. You're going to feel a sense of courage, right? That you can still get to where you want to go. Right, yeah, it's unknown. We've got the book. It's unknown, so you're stepping into the unknown within the next 72 hours, okay? Right, let me just get that card that was sticking out. Let me see that. Yeah. With the cross, yeah. Because you're getting back onto your path. You're getting back onto your destiny here, okay? So there is energy of alignment here showing up for you within the next 72 hours. But, you know, again, with the book being here, you're not necessarily going to anticipate it. You're going to be taking certain action, yes, right? But you don't know what's beyond that. And I'm not being shown all of what's beyond that, right? The book is here. It's for a reason. Because it's almost as though a part of it is that you take the next steps, you take these certain actions, no matter how small they are, they still contribute. You have to do it, right? You've got to take that step and show yourself, right, look, yeah, I got this. It may not all be together right now, so what? So what? That's okay, and you're protected. You know, the cross is protection. And also within the next 72 hours, you can be putting protection into place, okay? This is either a renewal, there's that renewal energy again. You can be, you know, refreshing your altar, right? You can be dedicating a candle to protection here. This could be simply down to prayers, you know, a ritual. Doesn't have to necessarily involve tools, but ultimately here, protection is important. And it's also about your material world. When I see this book, it's also telling me that there's important paperwork, documents that need to be put in a place that is protected, okay? So there's also material world energy here, right, regards to protection. That's very important. And it can be that you're sorting through things, right? You're sifting, again, the energy we saw in the child message with the genes imagery, right? You need to put a special place aside for important paperwork here. And those of you that have misplaced paperwork, important documentation, even a literal book, okay, for some of you it's an actual book here, you're going to find it when you do this tidying, reorganizing, clearing out. Yeah, look, on the bottom of the deck, the mouse. And, you know, the energy as well here, pile 1, within the next 72 hours, okay, a couple of things. You're going to discover where a particular leak is coming from. This is referring to the material world. Okay, in your environment, this can be home, an office of some kind, a place of work, but you're going to actually find where there's been a leak here. So there's repair energy, right? You're going to be able to repair something here. You're going to find out where something is finally coming from. Now, aside from that, this energy also applies to finding out where you didn't know a certain energy was coming from towards you, okay? Which is creating energetic leaks here. So you're going to be finding out about energetic leaks, and taking care of that. And I also hear like taking care of business. So some of you, you know, this can also be your literal business, right? With that workplace energy coming up in an office. And also it's about, you know, financial leaks, like, you know, the documentation, paperwork, and finding that, right? And perhaps you missed something that's important, but it's led to some kind of leak here in a financial leak, but nothing to be, you know, it's not detrimental, but over time it could be, right? So it's like taking care of business. And this is your message to kind of just check that out, right? Go through emails. Did you miss an email? Is there an email there, perhaps in junk, that you missed and it put you behind on a payment? Or, you know, it's this kind of energy, right? I'm going to leave it at that. So yeah, you're going to be getting to it with the next 72 hours, pile one. Right, let's get you some moon oracle cards, because we have new moon energy today. Let's see what would like to come out for pile one. Moon rising, truth. Yeah. Absolutely. Within the next 72 hours, okay, truth is coming to light. And this all kind of ties back into what we've seen, right? Because it's kind of getting back down, how can I say it? It's like, yes, coming back to reality, but it's not so much that, because, you know, I don't have some kind of, oh, you know, you're away with the fairies or something like that. It's not that. It's just where certain awareness, you know, hasn't come into your reality. That's probably more accurate, okay? But it's time. There's something here about it being time, okay? So in the next 72 hours, truth is coming up for you and coming in. And also, I hear you're going to be honest with yourself. There's something about you being honest with yourself. Okay, and now the thing is here, this is regards to, for many of you, it's to do with situations and people around you. Okay, and seeing how the way that you are as a person attracts those kind of people, attracts certain situations, right? Because here there's a standing up, like, you know, we've seen that energy, you know, having courage, kind of stepping into the unknown. And I'm hearing it wasn't you. It wasn't you. So there's something here about it wasn't you. So you could be waiting on a type of justice here as well. This is part of it. And one more thing, pile one. Here, with this truth card, it's like within these next 72 hours, you're going to realize it was you that, okay, I'm getting the rest of it now. It was you holding something up. You were propping something up. You know, you were like the stage, and all the actors were on there, the performers, but they wouldn't be able to do that if they didn't have a stage, right? You're destructing. Oh no, I'm not destructing. Deconstructing the stage. You're putting it away. You're deciding to, at least. Okay, you're taking back your support. It's your stage. And it's for you to be at the center of. So that's the energy. There we go. Really powerful. All right, pal one, that was your reading. I do hope you enjoyed that today. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and yep, leave a comment if it resonated. I know I'm behind on comments, but you know, those that know, I will get to them. Okay, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you soon. Okay, right. Okay, hello. Pile 2. Welcome to your 72-hour reading. You chose the amethyst bracelet. Let's take a look at the first card I have for you. Okay, we have the snake. Okay, we have the snake. Right away, I have energy of wisdom here. Within the next 72 hours, you're going to be using wisdom, okay, inner wisdom here to deal with a... Now, this is quite specific. This is to do with a particular person. There is gossip energy coming from this card. I'm hearing, Pile 2, somehow you're going to be putting a pin in something. You're putting a pin in this gossip. You're facing something. Now, I'm not saying that it's a confrontation or something like that. No, this can be going on behind the scenes. This is not something that necessarily has to be done in the material world. There's very strong spiritual energy coming from this card. This is a kind of working behind the scenes energy, okay? Dealing with things accordingly, according to spiritual laws. So let me add that. Right, let's see what else here. Yeah, someone can have a snake tattoo, a snake piece of jewelry, like a jewelry. Yeah, for some reason, I'm seeing an image of two snakes intertwined. I'm sure I've had this in a tea leaf reading, and I looked it up because I didn't know what it meant. Yeah, it was in a tea leaf reading a few months ago, if I'm correct. Well, that energy is there again. Yeah. Okay, this is quite a mysterious energy. We've got the sun, yeah. Right, okay. Let's get a few more, because, yeah, right. Okay, Pile 2. Your situation here, okay, is changing in a very sudden way, okay? Things within the next 72 hours are going from being stuck and feeling as though people aren't seeing you for who you are, to that being shown, okay? We have the Sun card here. Though again, it's not because you're necessarily taking action to say, oh, you know, to prove yourself. No, because that's not the kind of energy. I have someone here who is, no, they're very confident. They have their beliefs, their faith, their strength, and they're very much so spiritually protected. Okay, you the viewer. It's not about that. It's that this working behind the scenes and putting a pin in something here, as I say, for many of you it's about gossip. There is a shift here, and there is a change in how, what I want to say is your luck, okay? Because you are a truth teller. You're someone who you will speak out when it's necessary. You will rock the boat, so to speak. And I'm seeing here that within the next 72 hours, okay, your sense of feeling, well, I lost out here because I'm telling things how they are. How does that make sense? Now, what I have to say as well is, for you, Pile 2, there's a moving on, there's a moving forward, okay? For many, it's to do with another workplace. All right? There is a better, bigger opportunity for you. Now, it's not only regarding work and finances. No, this is a new beginning with the stork here. Okay? But this process, this had to occur, this has to occur, this putting a pin in it. Okay? Because you're ending a particular cycle here, so it's part of the process is what I'm saying. Yes, for you, Pile 2, things are going to really take off. And yes, this is within the next 72 hours. Because you're going to get news here, very good news. Now, two things. There's good news regards to this situation that requires this wisdom and the working behind the scenes, so to speak, and putting a pin in it. But there's also news that you've been waiting for you to move forward. And I do have, for some of you, this is also approval here with the stork. Stork, yes, this is about pregnancy, but it's not so much the pregnancy energy. It's more so to do with the new beginning and newness, but also home. We know that storks, they will nest on homes. So it's like a double, we say double whammy, you know, like two things at once. You know, new workplace, new form of income, and also a new home. And you're getting back your happiness here. Okay? You have good news. It's working out for you. But there was a situation that this wisdom was required, and you using your spiritual insights, gifts to deal with this. Yeah. It's quite cryptic, but I'm seeing that's because there is very much so a protected energy here, and I'm not gonna, you know, dig into where I don't need to go, okay? It's for a reason. And this is what needs to be shown. Yeah, see, the fox, there's betrayal here. There's betrayal energy. Someone who got close to you, and this can certainly be more than one person, and like time is up, right? It's like time is up. What's behind that? Yeah, see the cross. That's what I'm saying. And look at that. Yeah. 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 Okay. Also here, you know, what was started, you're finishing it. And to a degree here, you are like an underdog. You were underestimated. Yeah. Okay, let's get you a new moon card. Hearing the world is yours. The world is your oyster. So I'm trying. Look, what did I say? Quicksilver moon changes. Look at that. What a beautiful card. Look at that. This is exactly that. The sun, the stalk, the garden. And here on this card there are two swans, and we have these flowers and butterflies. Yeah. So look, for those of you where there's this energy, you know, of the working behind the scenes, and putting a pin in this situation, certain situations, okay? There's alchemy here. All it's done and is doing is pushing you towards your greater good, your highest good, like your good, your happiness. And there's a very big transformation here, right? Now, again, this can be occurring, you know, beyond the 72 hours, right? But certainly the approval, the home, the move, and the workplace, that still applies. I have that for some of you. You're getting that news within the next 72 hours, okay? Here, swans can be significant, okay, as can butterflies and flowers. They look like daisies, okay? Daisies are significant. And I also hear dandelions. And with the swans being here, you know, and the woman is in the middle. For some of you here, this was connecting to a romantic situation. And I'm not saying it's about getting back together or reconciliation. No, it's not that. It's just that there is some energy here of you actually being in a situation, in a cycle that was not for you because there was trickery. Okay, that betrayal energy. And now you're loving you. You're loving yourself. This is about you now. You're the center of attention. And these swans are like guardians. And you've got two birds here with the long neck, you know, like the stalk and the long beak, and yeah. And swans represent soulmate energy here, okay? They represent, you know, it's like they stay together for life once they mate, you know, once they're together, the swans. But how I'm seeing it is like you and how you are with yourself is like you won't ever do that to yourself again. There's something like that, like you won't allow it. So it's like that kind of love, like, yeah, the self-love. Wow, that went from, yeah, very deep reading. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have for you, pal 2. I do hope you enjoyed your reading. And thank you for watching, okay? And I'll see you very soon for another one. Okay, bye-bye for now. Hello, pal 3. Welcome to your reading. The next 72 hours, you chose the purple flower. The flower, because all items were purple today. Let's see the first card I have for you. Okay, we have the dog. Okay, so the energy I have right away is that within the next 72 hours, there's going to be a lot of communication, okay? I also have energy of a gathering and invites, last minute invites as well. The dog is, you know, a friend here. This is a friendly energy. You know, the dog's mouth is like open too, if I'm correct. Yeah, this dog has something to say, okay? So there's an energy here of also, you know, certain people missing you and wanting to talk to you. They're trying to get your attention, okay? Maybe you've been, you know, is it MIA, you know? You've been kind of quiet, you've been to yourself, but you know, the next 72 hours, you can expect people wanting to check up with you, check in, and okay, come out, join us, you know. And as I say, for some of you, yes, it's last minute. For others, though, this is planned. You're going to have a nice time here. Okay, this is friendship energy. This is, you know, a man, a dog is a man's best friend. Okay, this is trustworthy energy here. Yeah, and for some of you, this is about a long time connection, friendships, okay, communities, and for some there is a distance. So there's more so the emphasis on communication. This can be a long distance call that's going to be occurring for you within the next 72 hours, okay. And for some it can be a surprise. You don't expect to have this call, okay. Yeah, you're missed here, you know, like there's a missing energy. People are missing you and they want to be with you and around you, okay? Right, we've got the key, yeah. So for some of you, you're going to a home, okay? It's a place that you know, you frequent. Yeah, for many of you, it's familiar where these gatherings and last minute invites are occurring, yeah. Yeah, lovely energy. We've got the flowers. Oh, For some of you, you can be celebrating a birthday here. This could be your birthday as well. That's why people are checking in on you, like, okay, you know, you're still coming out, right? You're still coming to this celebration we have for you. It's this type of way. Okay, so you can be literally receiving flowers, right? On your birthday, okay? You can be bringing them to a friend also, right? You did pick the flower too, so certainly flowers is significant. And you can, of course, be getting these for yourself, but I do see, like, in the material world, you're getting flowers here, okay? And it can be a home warming as well, a housewarming gathering as well, with the key being there, you know, celebrating a move here, this kind of thing. Yeah, and for some reason I do have from the flowers decorating. So for some of you, you can be decorating within the next 72 hours. And yes, that can be regards to celebrations and that kind of thing. But outside of that, it's also like actual, you know, kind of doing a bit of renovation, you know, bringing life to something here, right? Flowers representing that life and beauty. So you can be painting, you can be deciding to get new tiles. Okay, it's quite a specific detail there, but you know, I just see like flooring with tiles. Okay, so like little bit of renovations and kind of just making your space beautiful how you like it. Yeah, we've got the mountain, so there's that confirmation of overseas energy and the long distance call coming in, long distance friendship. Now for some of you here, there is also travel within the next 72 hours, and for some of you it's making plans, okay, to travel a long distance here, to go afar, you know, foreign lands, regards to celebration and friendships, okay? Yes, so two things. You are traveling, some of you, within the next 72 hours, connecting to this friendship energy, celebrations. For others, like the plan is coming up for you to do so, right? You're making the plan with friends, a friend in particular, to go overseas here, okay, for celebrating. And, you know, also gathering, getting together. It doesn't have to be official for everyone. It can be casual. Yeah, look at that. There's the road. So that's double confirmation. Yeah. So some of you here, while it may not be necessarily going overseas within the next 72 hours, it's also still a long trip, even if it's within your country, right? And certainly this can be going like from one state to the other or a county to the other, but it's long, okay? Like I hear like 6-7 hours drive that you've got to go sometime here. And there can actually be mountains where you're going to be, okay? Especially here. It's more hilly, but you know, it's like vastness is what I'm getting at. You have to go on a vast journey here, even when it's within your own country, to get to where you want to go. Look, and it's blessed. A blessed trip, blessed travels, a blessed friendship. You know, here the energy is like that of for a lifetime, you know. Very beautiful energy, very kind and warm, okay? People very much so care about you, and whether this is going to be a casual or you know, an official celebration, either way, it's like, you know, you're looked out for here, even if there is distance, right? You can certainly be in, you know, the situation of you've had to move for work or vice versa, like you left, you know, a place where you knew many people and this kind of thing to go somewhere else. So that does also apply here as well. I just had that, okay? So for some it can be about returning back to a place you were for some time, or your home, right? Your place of birth, so to speak. Yeah, there's hometown energy here as well. So quite a few things there coming up, but certainly, you know, this is like a go, go, go energy, and it's about enjoying connections that are good for you, right? So let's get a moon oracle card, because we are in some new moon energy. So let's see. Yeah. One more thing. Some of you are going to be looking, oh, okay. Some of you are going to be looking at a new home here, and a potential for a move overseas as well, so keep that in mind. Move to a different state, county, etc., province. Yes, you're going to be checking something out. Even if you're going on these travels and trips to have the gatherings, etc., you're checking something out. You might be reconsidering here, reconsidering a move, or it's like a completely new situation. So keep that in mind as well. There's something tying up here with you, and these little travels and things like this on these friendships, connecting to what you'll be doing next. There's some kind of opportunity that you're not expecting with the key and the clover, you know, the shamrock. Okay, so keep that in mind. That just came forward at the end there. And I'm going to take these two. This actually came out in pile 1. So we've got Moon Rising, Truth. How let the moon process your feelings. Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that have been in that more introverted energy, you know, and as I say, people are wondering and checking in with you, you can be healing here, okay? And this, the next 72 hours, is also contributing to that healing, okay? Because it's kind of putting your focus on what really matters to you, right? It's kind of bringing you back to yourself in a way. You know, connecting with people who genuinely care, and celebrations and things like that, and where it's your birthday and it's about you, okay? So it's like a reminder, very similar to pile 1's energy, the truth about who you are, okay? So you could have been processing like feelings of doubt lately, right? Doubt about you know, well, am I even doing this right? You know, am I putting in efforts, and what is this for? There's this kind of energy, right? But it's almost as though, you know, the universe is kind of, you know, whoever you believe in, they're kind of pulling you out of your little, I want to say like tortoise shell, you know. For some reason, tortoise, turtles, significant there. As are wolves. Yeah, some of the places you're going to be traveling to, the, you know, wolves inhabit, and certainly turtles and tortoise as well, but particularly wolves. Yeah, some of you can be bilingual here. You speak different languages, like multiple languages. Yeah, I'm seeing certain words in my mind's eye, but I don't know what they mean. They're just different languages. Yeah, so within the next 72 hours, pile 3, you can also be like using your languages, like the different languages that you speak. Perhaps you're going to speak your native tongue more, or you're going to speak, you know, a language that you've learned, or if you're bilingual here, you're going to be like speaking in a different language, is what I have. It can be the friend, you know, you speak a different language with a particular friend, a group of friends, community from a different place, etc. You know, and of course not everyone is but the energy is very clear. That's the stronger energy. Yeah, it's like you have to communicate in a different language, okay? Yeah, okay, wonderful. Really lovely energy. That was your reading, pile 3. I do hope you enjoyed that. It is actually, the sun is setting, so... Oh yeah, the light looks good. You can still see the cards. All right. I'll see you very soon for another one. Thank you for your continued support. I know I'm behind on comments. I will get to those soon when I can. Okay, and be very blessed as always, all of you. Okay.